Welcome back, y'all. Listening to All Things Considered, only on SRFM. We're talking about sensitive questions and how you should give diplomatic answers. Okay? And sometimes no answer at all. Just for your own sanity. Okay, I'll give you an example. I will give you an example. If I come up to you and I ask you, listen, could you tell me the truth. I want to know the truth. What are my flaws? What do you think? Sometimes, that person doesn't really like me or some kind of issue is happening, some kind of something. And you go up to somebody and you ask them. Now, that somebody could be a friend or just an acquaintance, but you do ask them on the spot, is there something wrong with me? Why do you think people treat me that way? Now, this is a very tricky question. Because if you wanted, and this is every single person, because no person out there ever is without flaws. We all have flaws. We all have flaws. Some very ugly flaws. But the thing is, we don't want to look at them. And maybe sometimes we assume that people don't really see them. They're not really aware of our flaws. We just have them, but they're hidden, but they're not hidden. So when somebody asks you, what do you think my flaws are? Why do you think they treated me that way? Now, I advise you to say, man, I don't know. The word I don't know is just, the weight of I don't know is just so heavy. It's just like gold. I don't know saves you from so many bad confrontations, this, that, stories, talk. It just saves you from so much headache. I don't know. I don't know. That beats me. I have no idea. It's odd. It's very odd. That's the right thing to say. Now, if they're like, come on, man, just tell me the truth. So you're assuming that the person wants to hear the truth, but in fact, they don't really want to hear the truth. Unless you have that relationship with that person that you have the green light to say whatever you want and that person won't get upset. If you do not have that green card, I advise you to sugarcoat whatever you want to say as much as possible. In fact, just don't. So what are you going to say? The person says, just tell me the truth. Look, what are you going to say? You know what? You're kind of greedy, you're kind of selfish, you're a bit of a narcissist, and the list can go on and on and on. What do you assume will happen then when that person hears that from those words coming out of your mouth? It's not a pretty sight, is it? That's why I'm saying there are certain questions people will come and ask you about themselves. You have to understand, are they fishing for compliments? Your wife might come up to you, says, did I lose a little bit of weight? Now, in your eyes, you see maybe 0 weight has been lost. In fact, maybe a couple pounds haven't gained. But here, you see, it's a very thin line, because here she's probably fishing for compliments. I'm not saying, look, lying is not really good, but this is being tactful to people. This is a whole different level of, it's a different genre. We're not talking about truth and lies here. This is very, very sensitive. Very sensitive. I'll give you another one. Now this one, a lot of women make the mistake, and men make the mistake of doing this. How old do you think I look? Now, in a lot of people's eyes, you think you look younger than you actually look. You'll be there one day. You're like, you know what? I'm rocking my age. I actually look younger. Don't ask people. Don't put people on the spot, especially younger people, because younger people think 30 is old. We're talking about like 20-somethings, Gen Z. Yeah, they think, 30 is ancient. No, 30 is old. 40 is like grandma. So don't ask Gen Z. Just don't ask. Just look. If you want to kind of rewind to the beginning, we're actually putting ourselves in this situation when we ask these questions, but sometimes it happens and sometimes they do. So here I'm just going to give you the questions not to answer truthfully to. Stay tuned, y'all. We're back.